I know what I've done.
It is there, Nico.
My ears are saluted by a roaring too tremendous to be mistaken for anything short of the great falls of the Missouri. Here, at 12 o'clock, I gaze upon this sublimely grand spectacle, 800 yards wide, falling over a precipice of at least 300 feet. I wish for the pen of a Milton or the brush of a Titian, that I might be able to give to the world some idea of this truly magnificent object.
And beyond this great falls, what lie upriver?
8 more falls. The portage of an afternoon we expected turned into 28 days.
That's the same idea. Which 3 do we take?
Face it, Captain. You are hopelessly lost.
I know where we are. This is the place where I was taken prisoner. My people are that way.
Who are you?
Are you Shoshone?
Why are you here?
Shoshone.
How dare you fight my family?
We're happy to meet him and ask how we should address him.
We are happy to meet him, and how should we address him?
We are happy. Who are you?
Meriwether. I was 9 years old by the river with friends, barefoot girls under the protection of aunts and uncles, a chance to play at being adults, away from mother and father. I heard the thump that knocked my uncle to the ground. He sat, eyes wide, talking, but no sound came out of his mouth. A stick growing out of his chest. An arrow. Then another flash kicked his shoulder and spun him to the ground. The whoop came from the reeds, and the adults were hit and pushed back. We girls froze, the air above our heads full of flying wood like hornets. Then a big hand wrapped around my waist and pulled me into the air. I grabbed at a stone in the creek, but my head banged against it. Unconsciousness. When I awoke, I learned what I must do to not get the back of a hand or a stick. I learned not to show what lived inside my heart. And after 5 years, Charbonneau, who spoke my captor's language like a baby, won me and took me farther from my people. He seldom hit me. I could be his wife. His baby inside of me. That had been my life until I met the expedition and became the translator and guide. I had been a barefoot girl of 9. Now I'm a woman of 16 with a baby, a husband, and an expedition. And I stand across from my own brother, Kamehameha, who's been made chief in the long time I've been gone. Everyone is waiting for me to leave the words from Shoshone to Hidatsa. But I can't stop crying.
Little sister, give me your tears. You will have the horses you need. Come, join us by the fire. Eat.
I declare this spot camp fortunate.
The Shoshone are frank, fair in dealing, and generous with the little they possess. Your people are very giving.
Yes.
Please, I want to tell you something.
I can't understand you.
That's all right. I am 31 years old. I have reached halfway through my life. Until now, I have lived selfish, From here on, I will live for the good of mankind. Thank you.
You're welcome. You have written this in your journal.
Yes, it is a commitment in ink. You have seen your family.
Yes, I have seen the Shoshone man who is to have been my husband.
Was that hard?
No, I have a baby. He does not want me.
We should go soon.
Yes.
August 20th, 1805. Departing Camp Fortune, we proceed on horseback to the mountains.
To the Continental Divide.
Once we cross this range, it's downhill to the Pacific.
All the mountains of the world are gathered here, like God's own pickets, set to stop us.
What do the Indians call these mountains?
We call them don't go there.
Taller than the mountains of Switzerland. Taller than the mountains of the moon.
But from here, the rivers do flow west.
Somewhere out there is the Columbia River.
Ask Camelo.
None of my people have traveled farther downriver than these mountains. But the Pierce-nosed people, who live on the other side of these mountains, say the river runs a great way into the setting sun, and is finally lost in a great lake which tastes badly.
September 19, 1805.
Hunts on ahead. No word.
No game here, so we are compelled to kill the colt.
What is the Bunner?
No success.
The men are growing weak and losing flesh. Several are afflicted with dysentery, and eruptions of the skin are common among us.
Punch us on the head, no word. Punch us on the head, Father. No word. No word.
If we don't find the men's pursuit, or if they're unwilling to help us, our fate is questionable. Are you the Pierce-nosed people?
Yes?
I asked you to come and help my party.
How do I not know this is a trap?
Take my gun. I'm at your mercy now. Help us.
I believe you speak the truth. Arriving as you did, weak and sick, many would have watched you die.